on the road again. My Ford truck and me on the road again. Work or play, there can't be any tougher friend. I can't wait to get on the road again, on the road again. Just can't wait to see what's around the bend. When you drive a Ford, you're driving with a friend. My Ford truck and me on the road again.
We're a team that's going places, hitting the road for the open spaces, working or playing. We're easy and free, my Ford truck and me.
Well, it's windier than a tornado in a trailer park, but finally caught a little break. I guess we'll go ahead and see if it'll crank up. I don't know what I was thinking there. I got into some asbestos wires that day. Really, I did, and I think that had something to do with it. I'm going to be fixing those red stripes soon. With points ignition, they do that. When the engine's not fully warmed up and it's not on a perfect idle, you'll get that little bit of kind of spluttering. So nothing to worry about. Well, I basically just did the entire last clip with my hand over the mic, so we're going to redo that. Basically what I was saying was, if you haven't seen the video called Choke Fail, the choke was opening too much. It's an electric choke. I don't have it hooked up. I just kind of messed around with the spring one day, so it'd be at a perfect whatever. And with the temperature starting to change, starting to get cooler, I think I need to pull it off and adjust it again. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull the carburetor off, because last time I adjusted it, I didn't. And trying to get a screwdriver and not drop the screws, that was very, very difficult. So I'm going to pull the carburetor off. But whilst I have the carburetor off, I have this issue too. It's a new carburetor. I have this issue too. Come on now. The fuel line is crimped. It doesn't affect the performance at all, not one bit. Took it down the highway, did fine. I just don't like it. So what I did was took me a long time, but I found this fuel filter. Same one as this one, a little bit smaller, but it's the same one. What's the difference? If it'll focus, I'll show you. What's the difference? You can take a rubber fuel line. So what I'm going to do is take my ratchet cutter, snip it right here. You don't want rubber fuel line on the valve cover because it'll vapor lock, but I'll snip it off right there. Take this off, brand new filter. I'd probably send that back to AutoZone. And snip this in here, put the rubber line on it, hose clamp, put rubber line up in here, and there's enough room under between the intake and the manifold to where that won't get too hot. And if you're new to the channel, this is my 1974 Ford F-250 Ranger. I inherited it from my grandfather, who passed away. It'll be 2 years ago this January. And he painted it camouflage for what he needed in the cedar wood flatbed. I'll show that too. The guys down at Amberger Automotive painted this up for me for my birthday. They're great guys. SuperCab. First year of the SuperCab was in '74. But yeah, I'll do it. Anyway, where I was going with that was 7 months ago, this thing wouldn't start. I tracked it down to Spark, and I found out that my grandfather had installed an electronic ignition distributor, which is great because it's like, it was a Pextronics or Pentronics, whatever it is, which is basically right there with MSD. So it was getting really strong spark. The only thing is, when that little ignition box goes out, you're paying $150 for that box, or $125 for a new distributor. Which one are you going to choose? So I swapped it back to original points ignition, which, my gosh, points ignition, I would have 10 times out of 10, because if your points and condenser go out, I have an extra set in the truck, and it's $3 for your points, $2 for your condenser, 5 minutes to put them in. Then you got to gap them. No big deal. I got a feeler gauge too. But I'll do a video on everything that we've done another time. We did a lot. It'll take a while. Did get a new temp gauge. I had the gauges that I got came with this little guy and that guy, but it wouldn't fit into the original temp inputs, the temp sensor. And I was going to put it here, but then I would only get temperature when the thermostat opened, and so I went to Home Depot and I got this adapter to go into the temp sensor, but this one wouldn't fit it, so I had to get this adapter to fit in here so then this one could fit it, and then I had to have this one to where that one could. So that was fun. We went through a lot of Teflon tape. But anyway, got, you know, I don't even want to get into everything that I got for it, because that'll be another video. But you know, you can see they're new parts here and there, and that's brand new. They rust really quick, and you know, new parts. There were a lot of stuff done, and brakes and all that. But we'll go through that another time. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Go check out Bryce DeCastro's channel. I'll see you.